Hello guys, welcome to our channel's first video. I'm Kekni and this is my friend QB.
Hello there.
Today's topic will be Overwatch tier list. We don't really know how we're gonna do it. We're just brainstorm on spot. So we might stutter a bit when or have long pauses. I hope it's okay with that. But hopefully it will be fine because this is just for fun. We'll give our insights about every character.
Yeah, we'll just basically look at them, in a way, put them in a tier, talk why we think like this. We discuss a bit, like
Yeah,
Keknia
let's see
said.
how it goes.
Okay, sure.
So we're gonna start with tanks with Reinhardt. So I think Reinhardt is in a. He's not a bad character. He's good. The only problem might be the meta might not be in his favor.
Yeah, it doesn't favor him at all. Like, you need a shield at every single time, while Reinhardt needs to put his shield down, and it stop covering the team.
True. And the state of the Reaper at the moment, like, it literally destroys him, I think. If there is a Reaper on the enemy team and you're playing Reinhardt, you cannot drop the shield.
Either the Reaper or the Doomfist.
Yes, he will just farm the ulti on you and the Reaper will just use you as a health pack.
Yeah, so, exactly.
I don't think he's a B. So he's a solid character, he's like super balanced. I don't think he needs anything. Maybe, I don't know, I think that are other characters that need to be changed in order for the game to be a bit more balanced, but Reinhardt is not one of it. He's just not very favorite in the meta, I think.
Yeah, the meta doesn't favor him at all.
So I would give him maybe a B or an A or a B plus.
I would probably give him a B. Or even an A. Like, the problem with Reinhardt is, okay, you have the shield. The shield is really great. He normally is good with, no, not a B, an A. Mostly because if you use it with, for example, a Lucio, a Zarya, and even with a Reaper and a Mei, like, it's a huge threat to every comp because they'll be right at your face in a second with the speed boost.
Yes, true.
So yeah,
so
that would be.
In a coordinated environment, it might be better than a B. It's just in solo play, it's way harder to play him, I think. So, but he's solid. He's like a well-rounded character. It's balanced character, I think.
Indeed, yeah. I would probably put him at an A.
Yes.
He's not meta, but he hasn't been meta since Goats, and Goats has been in some seasons ago. So we would put him in an A. Just needs a meta change here and there. So I would stick him with an A.
Yes. Oh, it will be an A.
Yeah.
So we're going for Roadhog. What do you think?
He has the same problems as Reinhardt in a way. He's not as good as Reinhardt because he doesn't have a shield. He doesn't have anything to protect him from just straight out feeding the other team.
True.
Okay, he's good at breaking shields. Yeah, he's fucking great at doing it. Okay, I shouldn't have said it, but he's good at it. So there's no need.
And he was recently buffed with one more bullet, so I would say an A also. It seems like when I play against a Road, I think he's a balanced character. I don't have anything against him, I think.
The problem is that he is just a meat pack. He feeds.
It's true.
Everything. He's a complete. Every single time you pick a Roadhog, you are either a great Roadhog and you just hook everyone and kill everyone in one shot, or you are just going to feed the whole game. Even if you are a pro Roadhog, you will feed.
Yes,
you have nothing to prevent that.
But he has good self-sustain. You have to also think about it. So the other tanks do not have his self-sustain, so He might take feed and take the bullets, but he can recover without the healing of the healers.
Yeah,
So,
he's probably a good solo
yes.
tank. Yeah, he's better than Reinhardt. Better than Reinhardt in the solo tank. So I would put him
on an A.
On an A, but first first than Reinhardt. Like he's better at soloing, but not as good as a team. While
True,
Reinhardt is better as a team and not as good as solo.
Okay, so it will be an A for now, I think. So what about...
in front of Reinhardt.
Yes. So what about Zarya? What do you think?
Zarya. Well, now that's a tough spot. She has her 2 bubbles. They both have a moderate cooldown. So, and she deals some good damage, but
yes.
You need people to do the damage for you. You need to receive damage for that.
Yes, she has a good utility, I think. Even though she has less health, she has good utility and a nice damage if you are boosted. Of course, you need to give good bubbles in order to get the damage boost. Okay, it's a condition. But I think it has utility. The bubbles are good. It's good damage mitigation. I think, yeah, she is a solid character. Maybe also an A.
An A, but I don't know about an A. Like, she's good and all, but solo it's unviable. If you think about that, solo is completely not playable. It's unplayable solo.
It depends. I think you can do well in solo if you have good awareness. You can do well. I think you can give nice bubbles and save a lot of your team. Even so.
But I wouldn't say that she's better than Reinhardt, for example.
Yes.
Other than but her bubbles can prevent you from getting one shot. That also is huge.
Yes, and CC, it prevents CC.
Yeah, it prevents CC as well. So it's great.
Yeah, it's an A. I think we cannot deny an A to Zarya.
No, it could be an A. Yeah, not sure where, but meanwhile we would put behind Reinhardt because Reinhardt has a lot of damage.
Yes, I was doing on the other way around, I think. Okay, let's go to Winston. Again, I don't think Winston is a bad character. Okay, a wrong jump can make him disappear in this meta, I think, with stuns and the Reaper. But he might not be an A. He needs a lot of coordination and he's in a tough spot at the moment, I think.
He is, even though he got a buff on his shield, now being like 700 HP. The shield, it just is good. It is, but it's, like you said, you need more coordination with him.
And it has a lot of more risk. If a jump in the wrong spot, it just gives a kill to the enemy, I think. So what do you think? A B? B plus?
Yeah, it would be a B.
A B, yes.
I agree. A B.
I agree.
It would be a B.
Even though he can create space with his ulti and going for supports, but in a coordinated environment, they will know it and they will... Okay, they know it's coming. So it's a B.
They will counter you either way.
But that can also be good. If you play around that, okay, they know I'm coming to the healers. So it makes them like... It makes pressure. Like mind pressure, you might call it, I think.
Yeah, it can make you like more aware, but it makes you more aware of the Winston. You need to care more. But if you think now, the Winston is one less tank in a way. He's not that.
It's true.
He's going to shield you. He's going to protect you. No, he's going to create space for you, for your team to advance. So that's how it normally is.
Yes, it's true. But it's a B.
It's a B.
For now, I think we might change later, but
garbage. He's not complete garbage. Even Reinhardt. Well, now I'm thinking more about it. Reinhardt, I would make him
also a B.
Not a B, but behind Zarya maybe.
But what about B plus? Do you think B plus?
Reinhardt as a B plus? Yeah,
yes.
maybe.
Do you want to create B plus?
Yeah. Just make a B plus. Yeah, we need to make a B plus. Make a B plus.
Whoops. Created another row. Oh. Having some technical problems.
Oh shit.
Creating the
boy.
B plus row. Okay, now it's fine. Yeah, I think it's important like to distinguish, because sometimes you want to put a character in A but you feel it's not an A. So
yeah,
having the pluses might help out, I think, to not put everything in the same place. So we might even do it to A plus, I don't know. We'll see. So next character, Orisa.
Oh, she's great. Well, depends.
Yes.
But she's great. She's great. What you think about it?
I think, I don't know if she's an S, because I know that the meta one of the metas is Orisa Sigma, but is it really because of Orisa, you know?
Well, Orisa is a big pinnacle for that, mostly her ultimate. We haven't talked about ultimates till now, but most of the ultimates from before, they were like not the best. Like Reinhardt is huge, can be huge, yes. But it's completely destroyed if you have a good Reinhardt that shields it, or even a Monkey or anything else that has a shield or a misplaced shatter. Zarya can be eaten by Sigma, can be deflected by a Genji, can be eaten by a Diva, which normally isn't played. We'll get there time, but it can be cancelled even. So Orisa right now is like huge. Her ultimate is the best.
Yes.
Imagine having like I don't know how much in percentage damage boost that is, but
I don't think it's 25 or 20 to all the team in range. But yeah. It's a good boost. It's undeniable. But do you think it's an S? Because I don't think so.
Like, I would say an S. Like, she has a good shield. Okay, it has been nerfed with one more second. I think it's 1 more second. Now it's 10 seconds. It just doesn't make much of a difference than before. And her fortify is huge as well.
True. To hold ground.
Yeah, to hold ground, or just face off someone, to make a Reinhardt stop charging, a halt, a Doom Fist,
you can
whole lot of stuff.
Get out of stuns and Sigma ulti also.
50% resistance. That's just a lot.
Yes, it's huge.
She's like a huge pick right now. She has a lot of armor. She has some health. I would say she's an S.
An S? You sure? An A plus? An S.
I don't say an A plus. I would say an S.
Okay. I would say an A plus, but okay, let's go for an S, because I know that Sigma Orisa is really good at the moment. But is it because of Orisa, or is it because of Sigma that we'll get that is clearly an S?
She's been on the meta for quite a while. And she's like that for some reason. It's not only because of the Sigma, because even before Sigma, you played with Orisa and Hog. You had the combo where you would halt above the other Orisa shield, and the Hog would hook them, and that would be an easy pick, and then you could push. You have also that thing that you can't displace your shield and place it in front.
It's true.
You need to wait the 10 seconds. But you can push with your fortify. You can hold the other team away. You can position the other team like all clumped up for even a lot of DPSs that will use that for their advantage. It's like she has a lot of utility. Now in solo play, well, a really good Orisa maybe could 1v1 a Reaper.
Yes.
Really hard.
If
really
you back
hard.
and forth in your shield.
If you know how to shield bans well, yeah, she can maybe 1v1 a Reaper. Yes. So that's why I'm placing her in S.
Okay, okay. Seems good. Seems fine. Yeah, seems
just like really good in group, in team, and even solo play.
Okay, let's go for Hammond then. I think he's a solid A. I think.
Yeah, he's a solid A.
Yes.
I have seen some players, like some known, like Hardblue or even Yeetle. They're fucking huge with the mouse. They're just great.
Yes, it creates a lot of space. Has CC. The ult is a good, let's call it, denier. A good zoner.
Yeah,
even though it was not really sure if it was a buff or a nerf, the spread. I think it was a nerf in some situations, but it wasn't that bad in another situations, I think. The fact that the mine spread more might be good also.
Like either an A or A+, but definitely in front of a Hawk.
Yes.
Definitely.
Okay. It's an A. Yeah, this one is easy. Okay, for the next one, also I think it's easy pick Sigma.
Oh yeah, Sigma. It's another easy pick.
Yes.
Yeah.
He has a lot of stuff. He has a shield. He has damage counter. Let's call it a damage counter. The ulti is very nice. Even though he has 400 health, with all his kit, he can hold pretty well. And he has a stun. He has good damage. It can
shield
be AoE.
Doesn't feed.
Sorry?
Shield doesn't feed.
Yes.
Which he has a lot of shields, and it's great. Like you have his shift. Like everything that you said right now, it's really useful. That's why he's being used with Orisa. Right now, okay, there was a moment that people would think twice before picking Sigma because his shift, if I'm not mistaken, got a nerf where the hook wouldn't be blocked.
Yes, it now connects the hook.
Yeah, it now connects the hook during the shift.
But the nerfs weren't enough. Even with the 1 second cooldown on the shield now, I think it's still an S. Like maybe he was an S plus maybe a month ago, but now he's still an S.
Now he's an S.
Yes, I also think so.
Like in front or behind the Orisa? I would probably say in front. He has a really good damage on solo play. He's really useful. You can carry a team only with Sigma. Yeah, we didn't talk about the solo play on Hammond. You can also solo carry a team with Hammond, but that's a whole nother level of play.
Yes.
Something like Yeetle or those kind of pros, I would say.
But do you want to change Hammond? No, yeah, it's an A.
Yeah, it's an A. Like the team play, it's not that huge, but you can carry with a team, but it's not 100% certain.
Okay, let's go for Diva.
Okay.
I won't say D. Sorry. Even though she has a lot of problems, she is not unplayable. But
yeah,
she has a lot of flaws.
She's not unplayable yet. She can be quite deadly. She's not the greatest. She has Matrix as well, which is a really OP ability, but since Blizzard nerfed her to the ground, the Matrix is just a bit useless.
Yes.
Comparing to Sigma's sort of Matrix.
Yeah, it's a different type of shield, you know. But Sigma's shield is still better, I think. Also,
he's like cute. Sigma is above everything on the list until we get to the DPSs. Now that's a whole nother.
But I think D.Va's biggest problem right now, I think she has like a big headshot hitbox. It's one of the main problems.
The mecha's health. Indeed, and you can still stagger her. She doesn't have much armor. It's always one less tank whenever D.Va's down. Like, she doesn't have a lot of pros in her kit. He has some, like the boosters are something. She can deal a lot of damage with the rockets and her shotguns, break shields easily. But again, most tanks can do that, but without the huge hitbox.
Yes, without the D.Va problems, I would say.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a C. I won't say D. It's a C.
Sure. Yeah.
Because it's not unplayable. Maybe with very high coordination with a team that you know, you can play D.Va, I think.
Yeah, you can. You can.
So let's go for the damage dealers. How about Tracer?
Okay, Tracer. She's got a major buff, but the meta has not changed yet because it won't. But well, Tracer is good. On the solo play, she can get an S, but that's on the solo play. The team play doesn't really matter a lot. Depends if you're like a good one. If you're good with Tracer, if you can hit every headshot, you can use the ults perfectly to kill the backline. She's just a fucking she's a mosquito.
Yes.
She's just a mosquito.
It just has 150 health. It's one of her downsides, I think. But
yeah, one.
Yes, it's one. The 150 health it's one of the downsides of Tracer.
Yeah.
I don't know. Actually, I don't know Tracer. I would say an A, even so.
It would be an A or B plus. Yeah, it's either one or the other. Like she's not in the meta. I can't see her in the future on the meta. She has. If you're good with her, okay, you're like huge. You'll carry teams easily.
You can still delete someone with the ulti. We cannot forget that.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said though, if you put a great ultimate on the backline, like they don't have healers, and that's the call out.
If they don't have a Zarya bubble, or if she doesn't miss, it's a delete.
Exactly.
So I think it's an A. I would put an A. Tracer. It's a solid character, well rounded.
It would be an A in front of maybe who? Hog or even or Zarya?
Maybe in front of Hog and Zarya.
Okay.
Hog, maybe.
Okay then.
Because she's one of those characters that she has its upsides and his downsides. Like, it's a well-rounded character. It feels good to play and to play against, I think. You don't feel it's unfair to play.
Play against as a main.
It's annoying. It's annoying. I won't say, but it's not annoying to play against.
Yeah, it's not annoying. Yeah. Now going to McCree.
It has to be A plus minimum, since the buff on the main gun, the attack speed buff. A plus, the minimum is A plus. I don't know if it's an S.
No, it's not an S. I would probably just give him an A. I don't know about an A plus. Like, he's good. He has a great kit, but you can instantly kill him. Like, if you don't have a good aim, you'll do nothing.
True, but it's like all characters. If you miss the shots, you just won't get any damage. All the characters are like that. So I think, but you still have a stun. If someone goes like in dead range of the stun. And you don't forget they buffed the right side click of McCree also.
Yeah, you have yeah, that's good and all. But on the current meta, I don't. He could be used like against Doomfist, but it's not the major pick, or even against Pharah, which you have a lot of others that could. What you want to do on the fights is do it fast. You want to make fast fights. Normally when they have a Pharah, because it will be always a 4v1.
But he has a very good damage output now.
Like, yeah. Okay.
So,
understandable.
Yes,
an A.
I would say A plus. Do you really say an A?
Okay. Sure. It's an A plus.
Yes.
Yeah.
An A. Would you put in the same place as Tracer? I don't think so.
The same place as Tracer? No.
Yes, it's an A plus. It has to be an A plus, I think.
Yeah.
Let me just change the color to be easier. Yes, I think it fits. So Soldier. Well, I don't think he's bad. Like, the only problem is that the A plus to S are too good. Like, since the McCree buff, there is no... I don't know why would you play Soldier, but it's still like very balanced character.
B plus maybe?
Yes, I would.
Yeah.
Because the problem with Soldier, I won't say it's the meta. It's like maybe the problem is that McCree is an A plus, since he has so much damage output now. At any range, he has okay. He's not as fast as Soldier. They are both good at hit scans. But would you prefer to have the McCree stun and the McCree roll, or have the Soldier healing? I think I would prefer to have the stun.
McCree is like much more useful for a team or for solo. Like, Soldier has potential on solo, team play as well. He's a well-rounded character, but
he suffers
we are not
with
playing well-rounded.
He just suffers with the fact that others are way too good. Like Oriza's shield is way too good, Sigma's shield is way too good. And we cannot forget the ultimates. Like, I think McCree ultimate, it's better than Soldier ultimate. It's different, I know.
It's a one-shot.
But it's a one-shot, and now it charges super fast. And even if it's behind, they are behind the shield, you can shred the shields. If you have enough of insta-kills, you might call it.
Yeah.
So, Oriza shield just can hit a whole Soldier's ultimate, while a McCree with 3 persons behind it, I don't know.
It would break. Yeah, it would break.
So that's the problem with Soldier. He's not bad. He's a good character, but others are just better, I think. So B plus and A. I would say an A.
You would say an A?
Yes, but I understand why I would put it in a B plus, because it just suffers with the fact that the others are better, not because he's bad.
B plus behind Reinhardt.
Yes.
I would put him behind Reinhardt.
I hope I'm doing right, because I'm putting behind on the right side.
Yeah.
I'm doing it. Okay. So let's go to Reaper. Okay, I think this one is easy. At least an A plus. At least.
Either an A plus or an S.
Yes, at least, because he has a lot. He's very good in solo play, in team play.
Competitive, yeah.
Yes, he's good in every.
A good Reaper can solo carry a game as well.
I do agree.
It's like it's either an S or an A plus or something near those parameters. It's a really good pick right now. A lot of characters synergize with him. His ultimate is huge.
And since he has buffs on the mobility now, his Wraith form is better. The teleport is better. Okay, the ultimate can be blocked or stunned. Okay, it's fine. But with this lifesteal, he can just, if there is no stuns, let's call it in an environment that there is no stuns or there is not utility to stop his ultimate other than running, and with his lifesteal he can just ulti and stay there if there is enough persons to life leash lifesteal.
Yeah.
So
would probably be But which one?
I would say an A+, but I don't want to put it near McCree, I think. I would say an S. Just because McCree is an A+, yes.
An S, like, in front of who? Behind who?
Behind everyone, behind the tanks.
Okay. Understandable.
So let's go to Bastion now.
Bastion.
He is not very good in solo play. I think you might be really good with it in solo play. You might have good awareness, you move, you hit your shots, but he is very nice in team play, I think.
Yeah, the meta as well, as always, it's the major factor in here. The meta is really friendly towards a usage of the Bastion. It's a Bastion. He'll set up, he'll have heals, he'll do everything.
Yes, but let's think outside of the meta. Like, okay, Bastion has a really good synergy with shields, and Sigma's shield is very nice. Oriza's shield is very nice. But what about the Bastion itself? Like, okay, without the shields. There were no shields to protect him.
He wouldn't be that good as he is.
But would he still be an A? Because I think he would still be maybe or a B+ or an A.
It would be like a B+. I wouldn't say an A because you have always the hog that can heal himself. Bastion can heal himself,
yes,
but it's not as good as a Roadhog heal. It's not as good as a Zarya bubble. But it's not as good as...
He has damage reduction on the stance, on the minigun stance.
Okay, but you have a huge crit spot behind you. Always remember that you have a huge crit spot behind you, and imagine you're running against how's it called, this one? Tracer. You're against Tracer, you're dead. You're against
Tracer ultimate won't kill him, I think.
No, but he has she got a buff on her range. Her guns got a buff on the range, and she doesn't need to get as near now. But
let's think this way: in an environment where everyone hits his shots, will Tracer out damage a Bastion at medium range? Because I don't think so. Like, if I understand that team play is completely different, like there is a lot of variables and stuff, so it's a hard. I don't know where to put it because he's very nice with team play. I don't think he's bad in solo play. Like, he has good damage. I never really tried it a lot, so I don't know. So
why haven't you tried it? Like, it hasn't passed through your mind to, for example, go free for all, and the first thing you pick is Bastion. Why?
But free for all is not 6v6. That's thinking solo, but in 6v6.
Okay, solo 6v6. Okay, if you're really aware, I would say like a B+. I wouldn't put him at an A.
Okay, fair.
B+ in front of Soldier.
Okay, yes.
Not in front of Reinhardt. Reinhardt always has a bit of advantage. I would say mostly because we both like Reinhardt a lot. He's a really aggressive pick and stuff. While Bastion is just a bunker. He likes bunkers. He likes shields in front of him. And without a Reinhardt, without a shield, in this case Reinhardt, since we're comparing both, he's in a way sort of useless, I would say. Like, you need to move, you need to do everything while you have a Reinhardt. He'll protect you, he'll have his shield and stuff.
Yes, it's an hard character to place in a tier list because in a very good team it just changes to at least an A. So but we cannot just think about team play. We have to see it as a whole, like team play, solo play, the character itself. So it's hard to put it. I think B plus it's super fine. In team, I would say an A in a team play.
But in a team play.
With
yeah.
Yes, but I don't know. We will maybe stick it with B plus because of the difficulties he has. If he doesn't have a shield and if he doesn't have a coordinated team, because
he doesn't have like someone protect him, yes, the damage boost.
You need someone to play with him, I think.
A Baptiste is like really good with him. They synergize really well. Like the meta is, it helps.
Yes, basically Bastion needs someone to play with him, I think. Yeah. But if he likes, okay, I'm gonna play alone, he's a B plus, I think.
Yeah.
So we're fine with B plus. Let's go to Pharah.
It's a huge pick.
Yes, it's an A at least. Again, yeah, it's the same problem as Bastion, because Pharmacy is clearly an A plus or an S.
No, Pharmacy is an S.
Yes.
Definitely, it's an S. You have always healing. You have always the damage boost. It's basically a levitating thing that won't die, that has a minuscule hitbox, always moving. It's just impossible. And she just fires rockets that deal AoE damage, destroy shields really fast.
Yes, but the AoE was nerfed, so
it was nerfed. It doesn't matter. Like I'm playing against Pharah's 24/7, and they get.
Yes. Okay, I think it is Steve. Hello? Are you there?
Yeah?
I stopped listening to you. You there?
Yeah.
Okay, we're fine. I was saying that she's an A. Like,
I think so. I would probably put an A plus.
A plus?
I would put her in an A plus, yeah.
Okay, but behind McCree.
Behind McCree, of course.
Yes. Now we will have to edit, because I stopped listening to you for like 1 minute. I don't know what happened.
It's probably the internet. The internet sometimes just goes down.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
So let's go to Widowmaker. She's an A, at least.
You think she's an A?
Because I think Widow is like a character that in the wrong hands she's a C, but in the right hands she's like an A plus, because she can one shot a lot of the roster.
Yeah, for example, Pharah, she can one shot. She can one shot a lot of things.
Or 1 or 2 shots. So it's like, I don't know. She is like, you have to hit your mark or you won't do anything. You don't have any. If you don't hit your shot, like McCree has a stun, McCree can still do pressure on a shield. Pharah
has more utility.
Yes, she doesn't have anything. If she doesn't hit the shots, she's like a C or a D. No, she has to hit the shots. So I would say A, minimum it's an A.
I would probably say a B.
Why?
I would say a B because she is really squishy. Okay? The only utility that she has is her grapple hook, and that's not a utility for the team, or even that's just for solo, but it has a huge cooldown. You have the spider nade, which is not as good. Of course, it makes a bit of damage, but it's just for recon. You have the ultimate, that's just recon again. It's not that great. she's not an A thing. I wouldn't say she's an A.
Really?
Yeah.
A B, but a B.
I would put her at a B.
You would put Widow below Soldier. Okay, it's way harder to play. I can take that. It's a 100 or a 0 character.
Exactly, and that's not a good thing for a character.
Yes, I don't know also. But it kinda hurts me to put Widow in a B, just because...
I would put her... Mostly because you have Monkey on B, and Monkey just shits on... basically true, counters her.
But Monkey has a lot of more, I would say, counters and suffers more of a team-based game than Widow.
If you're playing Widow, you normally just play her with another sniper. You don't play her with, for example, a Reaper to counter the Monkey. It's just easier to switch from Widow to other thing than to play with a Widow and a Reaper, because you'll always play 5v6. It's not good. I understand, but she has a lot of one-shot potential, but again, we have shields. You have positioning, you have a lot of things that can avoid just getting one-tapped by Widow.
Yes,
I would say she's
But I wouldn't say a B, man. At least a B+. Just because you have to...
Behind Soldier,
just because you must be very good with her to do something. But a B, I don't think a B. I strongly disagree with a B.
It's a 50-50.
I strongly disagree.
Okay. So a B+.
I would say, I even say an A. I just won't say an A because of, again, you really need to be really good with her. So at least... Yeah, it's one of those characters that you can't just think about pro play. What if even in a pro scenario, what if the pros miss the shots? It can happen. It's a lot of...
But he'll get punished right after.
Yes.
They know where she is.
That's the thing, it's like you have to hit the shots or you're nothing. You understand? But I wouldn't say a B. Like, at least a B+.
B+
and in front of Soldier, I think.
I would put her behind Soldier. Soldier has more capabilities than her. You have the healing, which helps.
No, Soldier is easier to play. Just...
Yeah, and that's a plus for him.
But he can't one-shot anyone.
Okay, it can't. But okay, I understand what you're saying. So in front of Widow. Okay, I could see that. I could see that. In front of Soldier, yeah. I could see that. Yeah.
Okay, now Hanzo. I think it's a A minimum. Because unlike Widow, even if you don't hit your shots, imagine you have scatter arrows, you can wall run, you have the dash now, so you have a lot of more stuff than Widow to escape something.
Yeah.
And if in a scenario that there is a lot of shields, you can just Storm Arrow the shields.
Yeah, Storm Arrow. Yeah, he's a great shield breaker. He's a great shield breaker.
I would even say an A+.
I would say an A. Not an A+.
You think? His ultimate is very good to zone also, and you can just farm your ultimate really easily. Let's see it all. Good mobility, good damage. You can one-shot in the head if you hit. Okay, it's not a hit scan. Fine. You can shred shields at every 7-8 seconds. I don't know. I would even say A+, like Pharah.
Okay, like Pharah, but maybe behind her?
Yes.
Or in front of her?
Behind Pharah, but A+, I would say.
Okay.
So let's go to Ashe.
Ashe, okay.
An A.
An A?
She's very hard to play, okay, but she has like...
same as Widow.
But she has a knockback or knockback to yourself to run away. You have like damage per second. Sorry?
You have a knockback. Yeah, okay, you have the knockback, but it's a huge cooldown. It's like a really big cooldown.
Okay, but it's still a tool. Need to be considered. It's very strong.
Okay, yeah, it's very strong. It is. It makes you further. You have the dynamite. The dynamite is good as well. It's really good, but again, big cooldown. You need to hit it for it to be like at the maximum of its efficiency. You reload. The reload time is big.
It's true. It's
really big. Even with the buff, it's really big. If you use every single bullet, it's just really big.
You have like 12 bullets, I think.
12? You have. I think it's 12 or 13, something around there, but it's really big.
But even though if you don't have bullets, if the enemy team is counting your bullets, let's say, okay, it's bad to not have bullets on Ashe. Okay, I understand. But
then even so,
she has a very good damage. If you hit your shots, she has a very good damage output. She has like the dynamite deals tons of damage if you hit like 2 or 3 persons. I think the Bob ultimate, it's very cool by itself. It's like super cool ultimate, and it's another player virtually. Like it counts as a player on points and pushing the payload or stopping the payload, you know.
Yeah, but there's always the other thing. The ultimate is really difficult to place.
It's true, but if it's well placed, like even if it's not very well placed, it's like a problem. They know that for like 10 seconds, you must have shields up
it's usually countered
by a sleep or yes.
By a sleep, by a Sombra,
but Sombra has to waste resources on it.
It has to waste like a hack. A hack is like 3 seconds. It's a 3-second cooldown. It's not that big of a deal.
But
she hacks it and it's done.
Okay, but his ultimate being hard countered by a character, he's still that bad. Okay, you have to take in consideration when you play with Ashe that if they have a Sombra, you need to think a bit more before using your ultimate. But it's still a very good ultimate. You have to think
about a lot. Like you have the Orisa. The Orisa can just stop Bob from going in front. You have the Doomfist. Doomfist can displace him. You have Reinhardt that can displace the thing. You can freeze it. You can anti-nade it. You can slip it. You can hack it.
But like I said, it's still wasting resources. In a team fight, you will use your ultimate in a team fight. Like if the enemy team wastes like a second of resources on it, it's good for you. You have to waste resources to do all of that. You imagine even if you're a Orisa,
it's good to combo. Yeah.
If you're a Orisa, like you just won't put the shield where you want. You need to put the shield to stop an ultimate. You understand? It's wasting resources.
Yeah. You have to use resources. You have to exactly. It's I would say again. It's sort of in the same place as Widow.
A B plus.
I would say a B plus, either in front of Reinhardt or in front of Widow or in front of Bastion.
I would say an A, like all the way back, at least. But remember about the resource stuff. I would say maybe an A.
An A.
Because let's see by the ultimates like of Soldier. Let's compare the ultimates of Soldier and Bob. What you are more afraid of? Soldier ultimate?
Of course you're more afraid of the
Bob. I would say the Bob.
Yeah.
Like
Bob is like really good.
Yes. And it takes like a ton of time to go out. It's like 10 seconds, I think. If I'm not mistaken.
Like it takes a bit of time, but you also have like it's countered. You can counter it well. You can. I don't see it as a well-rounded character. That's the thing. I don't see it in the same place as a Roadhog. I don't see it at the same place as a Zarya. I wouldn't. I would probably see it as the same place as Widow or Bastion.
But her dynamite can shred shields also, if I'm not mistaken, the fire damage. So it's another
It can,
utility.
but
Like,
if you put the shield out, it just will do nothing.
do you want to create like an A minus? We could, just
We
for
could.
Ash. Do you want to
We
create?
could.
Like, I
Yeah,
don't.
we could.
Okay, she might not be an A, but she's not a B plus. Do you want to create
Okay.
like an A minus?
A minus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, it's fine.
A minus for Ash. Like, I really don't see her as others, like as the others. She's sort of balanced. She has her balances. She's good. She has some ability, but like I've seen some things that it's not that good.
Okay, I'm gonna delete the D row. I think we don't need it.
Basically, putting Diva as the D, but yeah.
Okay.
Like you need the D. You need the D because it says it's not really garbage. It's just something.
Okay, sorry.
Of garbage. It's usable, I would say. Next we have.
Next we have Doomfist. I think it's easy.
S.
Doomfist. It's an S.
If it's not an S, it's an S plus.
Before we talk. Behind or where we put it after Reaper.
I would probably say in front of Reaper or Orish. No, in front of Reaper.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes, he has like, he can one shot every 3 or 4 seconds. He has
0
a shield.
Basically.
The ultimate is good. It makes you invulnerable. Immune.
Yeah.
I'll say immune, so I won't. I cannot say the word.
Okay, so yeah, it's invulnerable. He just doesn't get damage. He can flee every damage.
Yes, and if he's in a tough situation, he can just ultimate and run away. Like
Either
you
get out
you
or
won't
just
run
do
away,
damage.
but it's still very nice.
You can combo it with Orisa. You can combo it with a lot of things.
Yes, with
it's
Zarya.
Just a big ult.
Yes, it's true. It's true.
The one-shot potential from him is just through the roof. Yeah, it's exactly what it is.
Okay, so let's go to Genji. What do you think? I think at least an A. Because I don't think he really suffers with the shield meta or the McCree or the Hanzo or the Reaper. Maybe a good Doomfist can one shot him, but even still, he can like double jump and wall jump.
Yeah, Genji would be an A.
Yes, it's an easy A, I think.
Yeah, it's an A.
It's super
probably
easy.
like in front of who? In front of Hog?
Yes, and the Tracer maybe. Let's put him in the middle.
Okay. In the middle.
Yes. Okay, let's go to Junkrat. Maybe
Junkrat. This is a different. This is a good one. I would probably either put it at an A or A minus.
I don't think he's bad.
He's not. He's good.
Yes. I don't know. Also.
He has a lot of potential.
Yes, it's
just
like we cannot see him. You don't see much play of it, but I think he's a good character. Like the ultimate, it creates like a problem. We might call it. When you hear
like
the tires,
scatters.
It's a problem. You understand? A big problem. If you don't deal with it, it can be huge against you. So, and the mines are good, and the damage is fine. You can double mine now.
I would say an A, but not in front of everyone, like behind everyone.
But does he deserve to be in front of Ash?
Yeah.
You think?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. His ultimate is much more useful. His kit is much better. He can counter a lot of things. He does a lot of AoE damage. He has his ultimate really fast. he does everything better than her. Like, she has some ups, but Junkrat has more.
Okay, I take it. Let's put it like all the way back.
Yeah,
yes, it's
all the
fine.
way back.
Okay, let's go to the Devil May.
Oh, May. Shit, forgot that.
At least an A+, because of the utility. Of the wall utility, the ultimate can be a big stun area. We might call it a big stun area. So, at least an A. A+. High grounds to someone. Yeah. Yes, A+ minimum. Might be like in front of Hanzo, I think.
No, definitely, but either in front of McCree or behind McCree.
In front of McCree?
Or behind, yeah.
I would agree with the in front of McCree also.
Well then, so in front of McCree then.
Yes, there is a lot of utility.
She's the A+.
Yes, she's a solid A+.
Exactly.
She even has a good output damage in his right click, so... Let's go to Sombra. Well... No. Like, difficult. I hate to play against the Sombra.
Yeah?
The hack is so annoying, man. I would say an A+ because of the hate. But we need to think.
But yeah, she has a lot of toolkit. She got a decent, I think, buff on the transporter. You have the Uzi. Uzi has a lot of. He has a short spread. It's really fast. It deals good damage. It's just a great thing. There's like not a lot of things that will make her.
And the hacks can be huge. His ultimate, like destroying the barriers and stuff, can be huge.
Yeah.
And it makes then like the other team like needs to think, okay, we cannot be together. We have to spread. It makes like a problem, just like Junkrat's tire. But it's more of a continuous problem when there is a Sombra with ultimate.
Yeah, exactly.
So A+. A+,
but
on all the way back. And if we think about it, there aren't many characters that aren't punished by her hack. You know, maybe Junkrat won't be too much because on short range the mines are deadly. The bombs are deadly. But every character, I don't think there is a character that won't feel like, okay, I've been hacked. It's not a problem, you know.
You have
who?
You have tanks. Most tanks, if not all of them. You have a Doomfist. If a Doomfist gets into your team and he gets hacked.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying exactly the opposite. Like, if there is no characters in the game that won't feel like the hack is huge on them. Not
exactly.
So, yeah. That could be a character that when you're hacked, like you would say, okay, I've been hacked, fine, I can manage easily. You understand? Yeah. Like exactly. Maybe the monkey, it's a bit like that, or the Junkrat.
Yeah.
But overall, being hacked is always a problem, no matter what character you use. Understand?
Mm-hmm.
Not even for the monkey, not being able to jump. It's huge. It can be huge. Understand? Or for the Junkrat not being able to send the mines, or it can be huge also.
Mm-hmm.
So I would
definitely
say also an A+.
Now where?
Let's go to Symmetra.
But wait. Where do we place Sombra? Like
A+,
behind
maybe
everyone?
All the way back. I placed it all the way back, but if you feel other place, maybe in front of Hanzo.
Maybe in front of Hanzo.
Yes, okay.
Most likely, yeah. It's not a full S, you know. Like she has a good utility. Solo, I don't know what's preventing her from getting an S. That's the thing that I don't know. Like what? If she gets, yeah, I don't know.
She might. Yes, that's actually a good question.
Because
I don't see also why wouldn't she be an S. Imagine like the hacks are huge and she has very good damage output.
Yeah, and the gun.
She can, if she's good, she will never die because of the translocator.
Translocator, everything. It's just.
And maybe she can do combo stuff with the translocator with her ultimate to land a better ultimate. I don't know. Actually, that's a pretty nice question.
I would probably put her in an S.
In an S, yes.
We've had everyone.
I do agree.
She's good. Yeah.
I do agree. She always will be but is she more annoying than Mei? Like even Mei, if a Mei is hacked, is huge because she cannot. I think she cannot I mean ice block if she is hacked.
Okay.
I don't think. Does she?
Wait, can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
Can Mei use this ice block if she is hacked? No. So it's huge, even in a Mei.
What's your thoughts on Symmetra?
I think Symmetra is a solid A.
What do you think about the solid day? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. It has to be in a very coordinated team. I know. Because if you play Symmetra solo, like if no one uses your teleports, you have to be on constant communication with your team in order to play Symmetra. Like, okay, I'm gonna place a teleport here. We're gonna teleport there to flank them here. So it's a hero with high skill cap in
team play and coordinated teams. It has its okay. Yeah, like, I do agree with you.
I don't know about in solo play. Like you can still like in defense place your turrets. I don't know. I don't know.
But it would be either an A or an A minus. If you think about it, like she has she has her own playstyle. Okay, I would say it's an A. You have two big pluses on her. You have the meta, it's the double shield, and Symmetra, her fire primary fire, when used against shields, refills ammo, which is a huge thing. It just breaks shields really fast, and with an infinite beam of damage. On the second, you have the teleporter, which are really big. It can be used in a whole different ways to counterattack other comps, and the turrets they deal a lot of damage as well, and they have that significant slow. I think she's a solid A, even though her solo play is not that big. That's why she's on the A and not on the A plus or S.
Even in solo play, she might be harder to attack with it, but it's still a good defense hero, I think. So yes, an
exactly. It's a name, like maybe in front of Junkrat.
Okay.
And behind it, because Junkrat has always his things on the solo play, which are not that great.
So behind or forward?
In front of Junkrat.
Okay, let's go for the final damage hero, Torb.
That's like S3 plus, and you put a cherry on the cake. What do you think?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Is he really the same as D.Va?
No, he's not the same. Like he could be a great thing. With his latest buff, the cost being reduced by 10%, it's just 10% faster. I saw a video on him that just says that he's good. His ultimate is great. It counterbalances his difficulties,
Okay, but is it enough, the buff on the 10% faster ultimate? Because I don't
Well,
think so.
I haven't played it yet. Not sure if it's already on the live servers or even on the PTR. I haven't played with him yet, so I would say maybe he gets his ultimate quite fast. With a 10% cooldown decrease, it's just even better. But the problem always is his primary fire is not that great. The shotgun is decent, I would say, the least. The E is really good. You know, you get that armor, the extra fire rate. But I would say like maybe a Winston, but not good as a Winston. So behind Winston,
Yeah,
a B.
yeah, you feel like it's a B. Because
Yeah,
I also don't feel like it's a C. But it's weird to make Diva so low at the same time. But
she has her utility, but it's not. You know, like okay, a big diva bomb can turn around the game, but until the diva bomb, she might just feed three ultimates to the whole enemy team. The matrix can be used wrongly, and it's just so. Um, it has its only cases that it's just not enough.
yes, I understand.
I
I
just
agree.
can't see her.
So let's put Torbjörn on B.
Torbjorn B behind Winston.
Okay.
We can always be wrong here, but these are all our opinions.
Because I don't feel like Torbjörn has a C also. Because I played him a lot. I understand his flaws. But it's not like crap. I don't feel it's crap. So... But I also don't feel like Diva is a total unplayable. But maybe a bit more unplayable than Torbjörn.
Yeah, exactly. A turret. If you place well a turret on Torbjorn, remember it's always a +1, and he has an auto aim, which is really good.
It creates a problem.
Yeah, exactly. It creates a problem, the placing the turret, and the turret is always there. If it's not there, it's just for like 5 seconds, if I'm not mistaken, like 3, 4 seconds around that. It's not that big of a deal.
Yes, it's a 200 health problem, I think.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's go for supports now. We start with Lucio.
With Lucio. Exactly. With going with Lucio. Okay. Lucio's a great pick. I would say that's a great pick. Not the best, but right now he's on a huge spot. His buff on the speed boost got him better at team playing, being a taxi, being an engager, a disengager. Like it's just he has a lot of utility. His ultimate is a really good defensive ult, which the game sort of lacks on. I don't see a lot of defensive ults. I think until now only 1 or 2 from these, if I'm not mistaken, are defensive ults. Other than that, most are aggressive. On the supports, there are not many defensive ults. Lucio is either an A plus.
Yeah, maybe an A in solo and an A plus in a
Team
team.
play. Yeah.
So let's, for the doubt, we'll give him an A.
An A?
Yes.
Probably in front of Tracer. The Boop has a lot of potential. He deals a lot of damage. I've seen Lucio's killing Pharahs, you know,
Yes.
in comps and even in team play. Lucio is a big threat, a big threat.
So let's move on to Mercy.
Mercy. What's your thoughts on Mercy then?
I don't know, it's a pretty basic hero. I'm not really sure of how much is the healing per second, how much is the damage boost, honestly. But I think it's a solid hero. Especially with his ultimate, it's super hard to kill.
Exactly. Yeah. And on the pharmacy, if you have a Pharah in your team, it's even better.
Yes, it's like alone. It's one thing, but combos really well with several heroes.
With several others, yeah.
Yes. So
maybe an A as
if
well.
you want, let's think about it. If you want to like shred more shields, you can do damage boost a Hanzo, for example, or damage boost a McCree. So it has a lot of utility.
Yeah, she has utility through the in a way through the roof. Her ultimate is really good as well. It can be defensive and offensive, the same as Lucio. It's just again a lot of potential. Really good hero. Of course, it has its own bad things, but they just don't surpass the good things. It's just you can run past everything.
Yes, yes.
I would probably say an A.
She doesn't deal damage, but the utility makes up for it.
Yeah, exactly. Even as a like okay, she's not the greatest damage dealer, of course, but she can deal some damage maybe. Battle Mercy, you know.
The gun is not bad.
Yeah.
So maybe A.
Yeah, I would put it at an
balanced.
A. Yeah, she's balanced. I would put an A somewhere behind Lucio.
We could like separate tanks and damage. Like let's put the supports on the most right side, maybe.
To the right side.
Yes, to be easier to look at the shot.
Okay, sure.
But let's behind Lucio, I think.
Behind Lucio, yeah. Behind Lucio.
So let's go to Zenyatta.
Okay, Zenny. Okay, in my opinion, Zenyatta is in a rough spot.
Is it really bad? I don't
like so. It depends. You can be Jay Jonek and just pop off and kill everything, a Pharah, the Mercy, just every single enemy on the team all by yourself with your Discord.
Yes,
or you can just
Discord
do
can
nothing.
Be very scary. In every
season. Discord is scary. When you get Discord, you're just like you don't want to go in because if you go in, you'll just get focused and destroyed in a second. But if you think he's a healer, he's mainly a healer, a support. Well, he's more of a support, yeah. He would be a healer. He would take a spot of another healer like Moira, for example, or even Lucio. Which both of them have much more utility than Zenyatta.
But it's a different kind of utility, I think. Because when you play Zen, you can heal, let's say, damage boost your team on someone and deal damage at the same time. While other healers can't do that.
Your healing is like non-existent right now.
It's true.
It just gets shredded and it just doesn't do anything. While you have a Moira just...
It has to be a balance because he can, as I said, he can heal his allies. He can do some healing and he can make someone be shredded to pieces easily.
Yeah, it's difficult. Like I said, he's in a rough spot.
But I think he's balanced.
Probably an A.
His ultimate can deny a lot of ultimates.
Probably a B plus or an A minus. I wouldn't put him much higher than that.
I think at least an A minus. I would say an A.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't say a solid A. Comparing him to a Lucio or a Mercy, it just doesn't. Okay, his ultimate is good in certain cases, but he's like 150 HP. He doesn't feed, which is good. He doesn't
he
have
has
a.
200
He can't
HP.
feed.
He has 200
It's 300.
HP.
Ah, yeah, okay. Before he was 150, if I'm not mistaken. But he still gets one shot pretty easily.
Yeah, I
if
understand
you have Nano
the
Blade,
square
yeah.
stuff. He's a square.
Exactly.
He
just gets destroyed easily. And if you count, like, you have a Nano Blade. If you kill Zenyatta, it's a free Nano Blade, and you just kill the whole team, ace, and you capture and you win the game.
Okay. Okay, an A minus seems reasonable.
Yeah, sure, an A minus. But yeah, if you can use the ultimate correctly and not get focused down, yeah, you'll be easy peasy. The game, you'll win the fight most of the time.
Okay, let's go for Anna. I think this one is easy, actually.
A plus or A?
No, A plus minimum. She has a lot of utility. Healing is good. He's nice.
Yeah, she's really good in solo play. Really good in solo play.
Since the boost on his ultimate that now, I think he's 300 healing, if I'm not mistaken. So before that you had to think a bit when you use it, because if you're going to use it on someone that was almost dead, it will be a waste.
Yeah.
But now you don't even need to think about it.
You just throw it in there, like,
yes.
That one is down, but that one also is down. I can throw this ultimate on you and heal the other. Yeah.
Yes, and if you think, like, 300 health in a second, it's huge. Like,
yeah.
The other team already wasted resources taking out the 300, and then the guy is full HP with damage reduction, damage boost. So I think an A plus minimum. I would even say an S.
I wouldn't say exactly an S, mostly because the meta, of course, the team play also comes in most of the time. If it's double shield, you have a Sigma. The Sigma places a shield in between you and your team. You will do 0. You will basically be useless to the whole team, to the tanks mainly. He will get shredded by every other thing on your team. It really depends on how it's played, where it's played, when it's played, against who. So either an A or A plus.
A plus, I think. Just because she has too much healing and utility at the same time.
And 0 hitbox.
Yes. Don't forget that.
A plus, but on the bottom, or on the bottom.
It has to be here because it's the healer side. So Moira. Okay, this one is easier, I think.
Okay, Moira. Again, either A plus or S. She's really good. She's like a brain dead thing. She's brain dead.
Yes, I don't think there is much need to explain. Like,
now which one?
Very nice healing, very nice ultimate. She has a fade.
Some damage. Yeah, she
has a small hitbox.
Exactly. She has a free ticket, a free jail ticket. Her shift, her thingy magic, where she just runs away, invisible and unharmable. She has the orb. She has a lot of utility, like really good, and the brain dead. Like every single role can play that and just not be fully useless.
Yes, and if you think, like, if her fade, if it was not completely invisible, it would be not so good instantly, because you would know where she would land, just like Reaper. But I don't know. I don't know.
I think I understand. Yeah, like it
But
could just make it like a little bulb to know where
yes,
she's going, but like you said, it's just not as great. I just think that she's just too good.
yes. At the
She
moment, she has too much. I think also.
it would be probably an S. I would put it at an S.
Okay, let's go to Bridget. Breeze.
Brigitte. Okay. She had her moment of fame during GOATs. She can still be well played, but you just need to be really good at it. And it's in certain cases, but she's not as good as she used to be, I would say. She's now more of a support than a second DPS with a lot of healing. So either an A.
Yeah, she suffered a lot with the 2-2-2 thing, I think.
No, not that. It was the rework that she got.
And also,
The kind of rework.
yes, also that. But the fact she was used as a damage support. But now the way she is right now, she can't do anything like.
Yes, she can. It would make like Reinhardt much more viable. It would help against Doomfist really easily. She would be used a lot if she wasn't as not as good as some of the other healers.
Okay, I agree.
That's how I think how it's going.
So an A for it.
Yeah, an A. I would put maybe an A behind Mercy as well.
Okay, and finally Baptiste.
Well, this one is kind of hard. Maybe an A as well. Like, I don't know. They're going to buff him. I saw something on the buffs. He's going to he's not going to have a spread, a randomized spread on his gun. He's going to get his range increased. He's going to become, in a way, a third DPS with healing and in an immortalized field.
Yeah, it's hard to tell now since they are going to buff him. So this is a season, but we need to think about season 18. Like
in season 18, yeah, he's good. He's good. Is the best. Yeah, it's an A.
I don't know what's going to happen after the buff, but at least an A for now.
Yeah, in front of Brigitte, it's an A. It's like it's a easy A. He has a lot of utility. But his passive is just he's there, he can jump higher, it's good for repositioning and stuff, but
it's not good in every map.
Exactly.
Like if a map doesn't have high ground near where you are, you're not going to use the passive.
Even though the immortalize is really good, it can be destroyed easily because it got nerfed during the season. It got
thankfully
got nerfed in terms of HP. Yeah, it was good. It was easy to just kill it. It was easier to kill it. Yeah.
So I think we're done here.
Yeah, in terms of the of the heroes, yeah, we're done. It was somewhat difficult to some, but others were easy.
This is just a suggestion, I might say, because honestly, I don't think the game is at its best right now.
Yeah, it's not at its best. It had a lot of ups and downs, and this one is one of the lowest moments of the game. It's just boring, mostly from a main tank's perspective, or even off tank. Like off tank is not that bad. Sigma is really good. It's just it's fun to play, but Orisa is just boring.
Yeah,
Everything depends
the
on
game really could have more tanks.
Not more tanks, but more utility on some to make others viable. Not just play around 2 shields.
Okay, wherever it's missing on the game, I don't think it's going to happen until Overwatch 2. They will just save it until Overwatch 2.
They'll do some minor switches here and there, but
Yes.
other than that, they'll just wait for Overwatch 2. So guys, this was it. This was our opinion on how the game is going, and we'll see you in the next time.
Yeah, and we appreciate
we appreciate your opinion. Yeah, we appreciate your opinion.
Yes, of what we could do better next review. Yes, this is our first review, so I also don't know how it goes. Like, we're doing this just for fun.
Exactly. Just give us your opinion. We'll think about it, and we'll probably answer it in the next video or even in the comments.
So thank you guys, and see you next one.